the beef jerky segment.
As Rex would say, the beef jerky segment. It's actually the What's Your Beef segment. Because it's presented by Old Trapper. All right, starting with an email beef. Rome, I've got a beef. I have a beef with my dad. When he comes to visit the family and the grandchildren while we're out to eat and the bill arrives, he offers to go halvesies. Cheapest rich dude ever. Jim in Chicago, where my father-in-law oppositely paying the bill before it comes to the table. That's pretty funny. So, like, your father-in-law will sneak the credit card to the waiter early in the meal. And you're like, oh, no, I was going to get that, when you know you weren't, Jim. Meanwhile, your dad's like, hey, man, hey, son, why don't you pay for that before the bill comes so granddad doesn't have to? Because you're rich, old man. You know, there was that generation where the kids knew they'd do better than the parents. Now there's, and no offense, millennials, you ain't going to do as well as we did. We know this. You know this. That's why you're crying about your old man not picking up the tab. Jim in Chicago. It's not bad. Pretty good beef. This reads, Jimmy Jim, my beef is with my baggy neighbor who parks her crappy red Corolla directly in front of my house for days and sometimes weeks at a time. I get that it's technically public parking, but there's plenty of room in front of your own house, and you only park it in front of mine because your car is ugly. You are ugly too. Brent and PC. I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. Personal appearances are not show fodder. Except for that. I like that beef. Man, your car is ugly. That's why you're parking in front of my house. And by the way, you're ugly. I like this segment. Rome, I've got a beef with Mike D'Antoni and his inability to actually coach. You have the talent, but you continue to just let your team play like it's the Wild West. You can't have James Harden and Eric Gordon going 2 for 25 from 3. At some point, you have to get your ass in the game and actually coach your team. If the step back 3 is not working the first 15 times, maybe it's time to get some better looks. Enjoy your early exit again if you aren't willing to actually coach. Sean in Iowa, where Russell Westbrook getting the ring he deserves, even if it's not in Houston. It's a good beef, a straight sports take. It's a beef. Hey, Rome, I got a beef. It's with my neighbor. Garage full of junk guy. His 3-car garage is full of all kinds of crap. So he has to park his cars and his kids' cars in the street, so when the freaking snowplow comes down the street, they go around his 5 cars and they miss half our street. Clean your garage, you bag. Aaron in Iowa, this is already my favorite beef segment to date. This is good. A lot of neighborly beefs, and I get that. Hey, Rome, my beef is with Dad here and his celery water. What's the hurry, old man? Don't you know I'm on Gram? Whatevs, boomer. You can wait for me. Signed, teenager working the juice bar. Mark in South Carolina. That is so good. That is so good. That's exactly what happened to me. I'm at the juice bar, waiting on my celery water, and the teenager behind the bar is like, I'll be right with you. And then she never got back to me. And I was the only one there. And it was early in the morning. And I'm looking at her, and I'm getting more and more perturbed. And she's looking at me like, what's your hurry, old man? I'm on the Gram. Whatevs, boomer. This is the best one yet. The best What's Your Beef segment yet. I hope it never ends. Hey, Rome, my beef is any kook who believes it's acceptable to save those plastic teeth flossing picks for a second use. I once saw a dude with a floss pick jammed in his pack of smokes. Another time, I saw a guy in a professional setting with a floss pick jammed in the business card slot in his leather padfolio. They sell those floss picks in packs of 50 and 100 for a reason. Use once and dispose of properly, you freaks. Every single one of these beefs is legit. Hi, Jim. My beef is with the pothole that took me out biking into the office this morning. Straight over the handlebars. Now I will have to answer questions from my coworkers all day about why my arms and hands are bloodied. And because it's raining in Tempe this morning, add muddy clothes to the mix for good reason. Or measure. Thanks, pothole. Maybe I should pay more attention next time to where I'm going. Signed, Professor Dave in Tempe. That's not like self-gloss. I mean, it is. But according to this, he is a professor and a PhD. I love when PhDers email the program. My man is a PhD and an assistant prof at the School of Geographical Sciences and Urban Planning at Arizona State. Hell yes, Professor Dave. Broham, man, be careful. Look out for those potholes. Hey, Rome. My beef is with gas pumps asking a million questions. I already like where this guy's going. Normally, I hate this guy's emails, but I already like where this guy's going. My beef is with gas pumps asking a million questions. No, I don't have a rewards card. No, I don't want a car wash. No, it's not a debit card. Why the hell do I need my zip code? And no, I'm not old man Ike. I don't need a printed receipt. It's 10 degrees. My 1-year-old just pooped up her back. Give me some freaking gas. Casey in New Hampshire, well done. It is so true. I hate it when I'm trying to give somebody my money and they won't take it. Do you want the money or not? It's hard to make money. Stop asking me questions. Take my money. If not, I'll give it to somebody who does want it. Ha, good job. Although they made your job easy today. Those were really good. All right. How about somebody on the phone? What's your beef? Let's go to Kentucky. You know I love Kentucky. Steve in Kentucky. What's going on, Steve? What's your beef?
Not much, Jimbo. I'm just sick of that Conor McGregor hiding behind that Irish cream that he's been drinking, saying that's why he couldn't take Caleb on, which is good. He beat Cowboy. I don't know if he's going to want to fight Jed Clampett next, but good thing he beat Caleb, Cowboy, because when Masvidal jumps up and kicks that chicken off his chest, that Daseki coat that he wears when he's promoting that Irish whiskey won't fit no more, Jimbo.
My man, Steve, thank you very much. He hates him some McGregor. Now, did you just say that he's hiding behind whatever he's hiding behind because he doesn't want to fight, quote, Caleb? Caleb. Are you talking about Caleb in Green Bay or Habib?
Caleb.
Why would Conor fight Caleb in Green Bay? And what, did you call him Masvidal? Guess who's on my podcast this week? Jorge Masvidal. Masvidal, who's a stud. Can't wait to talk to him again. He's already been on this show, but he needs more real estate.
Masvidal.
Caleb and Masvidal. Yeah, Conor McGregor's running his mouth, isn't he? While at the same time hiding from the likes of Caleb. And Masvidal. I'll give you this. They're hard names to pronounce. Not as hard as you're making them, but they are hard names to pronounce. Let's try somebody else. Let's go to North San Diego. Mark. What's going on, Mark? What's your beef?
Hey, Jim. I just wanted to put in the Leucadia part because I know you knew where it was.
I do.
All those years of Lee Hacksaw calling for Spring Valley to shoulder lightning bolts, but passing over poor Leucadia. Just had to get that off my chest.
Good.
Anyhow, one thing that really angers me is all the football announcers insisting on calling the Giants the New York Football Giants. Yeah, I know it's their legal name, but, a root canal is called a pulpectomy, but nobody calls it that. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to be nice to the Giants fans by making that piece of crap team, take some of the stink off it. I don't know. But we don't need to know it's the New York Football Giants anymore. Last one, Pedro Martinez calling out Fires for breaking the unwritten rules of baseball. talking about a sport that insists on putting a Y at the end of every stinking name and having guys like Dickie and Bucky walking around with straight faces. That's it, Jim. Have a great day in San Diego. Take care.
Oh, man, good job, Mark. Really, really good job. Like, I'd rack that call. In fact, go ahead and rack that call. That was the best What's Your Beef segment yet. Third hour's coming up. We're talking Kyle Shanahan next.